My rules. If not, I don't need to play.
There's been a lot of reports out there. I can't say I agree with all of them.
Oakland Raiders star receiver Antonio Brown's mysterious foot injury is the result of extreme frostbite caused by a cryotherapy machine.
I feel a lot better about what he's dealing with, that this isn't something that's structural.
I support this guy. I think that's what needs to be said.
The injury to his feet was not his fault.
And this insanity, Antonio Brown wants to wear a helmet that has been deemed unsafe by both the league and the Players Association, had a grievance on it, hoping he wins his grievance, and he's allowed to wear his unsafe helmet in games this year.
The helmet thing is a personal matter to him.
Brown lost his grievance to wear his 10-year-old helmet. In a tweet, Brown said he looks forward to joining his teammates once he's healthy.
We're in a tough spot, and we hope Antonio is back here soon because I got some plays for him. I hope we can start calling him.
First Take is presented by 5 Hour Energy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take and the fantasy football. The marathon continues. Shout out to Nipsey on ESPN. Be sure to sign up on ESPN.com/fantasyfootball. We're tracking these signups all day long. And you're looking at a champion right here, a repeat champion. That's fantasy football championships. Max, how about you? You ever won?
I don't know if I've ever won a fantasy.
You know if you've won.
I won a lot of fantasy baseball stuff.
Okay.
But football, I don't know if I've ever won a league
That's
title.
impressive. I could tell you Stephen A. Smith has not. He'll tell you to draft a quarterback first overall. He's a big rookie.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I've never played fantasy anything, with the exception of trying it the first week when you cheated. Okay, a few years ago. That's it. And I've never played not even a full month, let alone a full season.
You play fantasy debate every day, which is why you think you win sometimes. What are you talking about?
Well, actually, it is an actual debate show. We're top notch. And by the way, everyone knows why, because I win every day, all day.
See,
that's
fantasy.
A subject for another day.
Listen, guys, it's good to be here with both of you. I feel like it's been a while. Let's get this party started. Antonio Brown, who has been dealing with frostbite on his feet as a result of a cryotherapy accident, wanted to wear his helmet, the one he prefers, not one of the newer model helmets that the league rules have mandated. Brown filed a grievance with the NFL, but an independent arbitrator ruled in favor of the shield. It's considered very unlucky that Brown will appeal, a source told our Adam Schefter. Here's what Antonio said after the ruling. By the way, Adam will be with us in just a bit. While I disagree with the arbitrator's decision, I'm working on getting back to full health and looking forward to rejoining my teammates on the field. I'm excited about the season. Appreciate all the concerns about my feet. Hashtag always a fight. Hashtag represent. Hashtag it's bigger than me. Word is that Brown is expected to be back at the Raiders facility today, and there's no doubt he's one of the best receivers in football when on the field. Stephen A. Smith, answer this for me. Will AB's production be worth the drama this season?
No. It's not going to be worth it. You know why? Because no matter how much he produces, I don't anticipate that the Oakland Raiders are going to win enough games to even be a playoff team. I don't think they're going to be better than Kansas City. I don't believe they're going to be better than the Los Angeles Chargers. They might not even be better than the Denver Broncos now that they've got a relatively decent quarterback in Joe Flacco. And so when you look at it from that perspective, I still believe, despite the obvious excellence of Antonio Brown, clearly one of the top 2 wide receivers on the planet and one of the greatest receivers of this generation, regardless of the exploits I anticipate he will put forward, it's still going to equate to a losing proposition for the Oakland Raiders. Antonio Brown is not there just to produce on the field. He's there to help other guys along as well. You gave him $30 million in guaranteed dollars. Okay, you got this kid, Darren Waller, at your tight end, Terrell Williams as the other wideout and what have you. Derek Carr still has some maturation to experience, and here you are acting like an absolute idiot over this helmet issue, embarrassing yourself and some of your contemporaries, turning a plethora of contemporaries in the National Football League against you because of the idiocy in which you allowed this situation to elevate to. We all understand that the helmet is a very, very important component in the sport of professional football. We understand that why Antonio Brown had a beef about it. It was perfectly within his right to complain about it and to try to get the NFL to adjust or modify their position to some degree. There's no crime in that. But to sit up there after all the noise that you made in the offseason with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which ultimately led Mike Tomlin to come out publicly and say, we want volunteers, not hostages. And then for you to get moved to Oakland and to get $30 million in guaranteed dollars, and then to make a fuss talking about possible retirement over this helmet issue when you're the only player in a league with over 2,000 players to complain to this degree. He embarrassed himself over the last week or so. It was a damn shameful performance on his part, and those kind of things, I think, have a residual impact if indeed, Max, it were to continue in any other way with any other incident as well.
No, I agree with a lot of what you said, but that's not the question. Is will he be worth the drama? Antonio Brown is certainly worth the drama. First of all, what'd you pay to get into this drama? A third and a fifth. You know why you got it? Molly mentioned earlier, certainly one of the best receivers in football, but you can go much farther than that. You can say certainly one of the best receivers who ever lived, which is why he's the first guy since Jerry Rice
I have no problem with
to
that.
really be putting up Jerry Rice numbers. Listen to this. I'm just going to give you the top 4 yards of his career, okay? 1834, 1698, 1533, 1499. He's come very close to 1,300 yards on 2 separate occasions other than those 4. Top touchdown seasons, 15, 13, 12, and 10. He had 9 and 8 in those other 2 seasons I mentioned. Do you understand the production this guy gives you? So the question is whether the drama's worth it. Yes, I mean, the reason you can have him for a third and a fifth, one of the best who ever did it, a guy who's putting up Jerry Rice numbers, is because of the drama. But eventually, that's the price someone will pay, a third and a fifth, because after all, it is Antonio Brown level production. Now, if you were going to say, Stephen A., he was joining a team that's already made a Super Bowl run, and you think that the yards and the touchdowns and stuff he gives you on the field will be outweighed by chemistry issues, distraction, locker room stuff, whatever else you want to say, fine, I might go with you there. That's not the Raiders. The Raiders are about drama right now. What else are they selling? They want to find out about their quarterback, Derek Carr, who had a season a couple of years ago that made him look like he's one of the best young quarterbacks in football, and since then looked like maybe he's not a franchise quarterback. Let's find out about this guy. And otherwise, you're biding time till you get to Las Vegas, where you hope all these draft picks that you traded Khalil Mack for and everything else that John Gruden's trying to do pan out. But until then, it's not about winning a Super Bowl this upcoming season in reality. So how does the production get outweighed by the drama? If anything, the drama adds to this show.
Well, first of all, let me say this to you. Don't sit up there. First of all, I'm happy that you got some time off. You look like you got an Eastern tan and all of that stuff. Very, very good. As you can tell, the same is here. It applies to me as well. But here's the deal, Max Kellerman. Let's not sit up there and bloviate like you're telling the audience something that they don't know. It is I who has religiously pointed out that Antonio Brown over the last 6 years has had a minimum of 100 receptions for a minimum of over 1,200 yards a season. It is I that did not want him initially to leave and depart from the Pittsburgh Steelers because I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm the resident Pittsburgh Steelers fan on this show. So remember, so listen, what I'm saying to you is this. I'm saying just don't act like you're telling our audience something that for the first time when it comes to Antonio Brown. It is I that has been saying that. The problem is I never in my wildest dreams believed that he would come across as such a flaming idiot with this argument over helmets. Now, understand, I'm not knocking him for arguing over the helmets. I'm knocking him for threatening to retire. I mean, he put the D in diva, man, the P in prima donna. I mean, it's gotten so ridiculous. This is a dude that's hashtagging about it's not just about me when everything has been about him. And when you look at it from that perspective, it does get to a point where if you're John Gruden, and you got to remember, we can't ignore the Amari Cooper departing. A Khalil Mack departing. Why? Because it wasn't just about the money. It's also about a culture change. You're talking about a Reggie McKenzie, an African-American, who was the executive overseeing the Oakland Raiders before John Gruden became the $100 million man. Then you got rid of him. You culture changed everything. And then you bring this guy in, and he's acting like this? I don't think that's worth it.
It is
if he acts like that.
It is worth the drama, but I haven't really gotten to weigh in on this whole situation yet.
Sure.
So first I wanted to tell you why it was worth the drama, but now I want to tell you what I think is going on with Antonio Brown and what's always been going on with him.
Okay.
He doesn't throw the football. Period. He ain't a quarterback, so he's not as important as the quarterback. Period. And he can't get over that. He can't get over himself because he thinks he should be. If you listen to him talk, if you say the kind of stuff, if you hear the kind of stuff he says, the implicit message in all of it is that he's talking as though his importance is that of a franchise quarterback. But not only does he not throw the football, so he's not one, but you wouldn't want a franchise quarterback with that attitude anyway. That's what's really going on with Antonio Brown. He'll never get over the fact that he's not, in fact, a quarterback.
And my last sentence about that is this. That falls in line with my position. If what you're saying is true, Max Kellerman, then that means we're in for worse times, not better.
All right.
No, or better times from our point of view.
Listen,
No,
fellas,
not from his and the Raiders.
The Raiders have a
We're
lot more
fine.
to worry about than
Right.
Antonio Brown and his foot and his helmet. They have the toughest strength of schedule this NFL season. Take a look at their schedule. Tough sledding. We got to take a break. ESPN Fantasy Football, it's back, everybody.
I thought we were going to about to look at his schedule.
No, I'm telling people to do that during the
All right,
commercial
gotcha. Go
break
look at
so
his
they're not
schedule. There's
bored
an
waiting for us to come back. With the season right around the corner, all you need to do is go to ESPN.com/fantasy. Sign up. We're keeping track all day long. Stephen A. Smith, what else you got?
You know it's a lot more to come on First Take. You know what time it is. The NCAA walks back degree requirements for the so-called Rich Paul rule. I'll tell you why they finally got it right. Plus, the fantasy football marathon continues. Don't even think about drafting before you hear what Adam Schefter has to say about Ezekiel Elliott's status. Plus, the NBA schedule is out. Who needs an opening night win in Los Angeles more? The Clippers or the Lakers? We'll debate that and much, much more. Stephen A., Molly, Max in the house. First Take is here. Be right back at you.